Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the State of the League podcast, the series where I, Jack, aka JokicJoestar, am taking a look at the upcoming NBA season through the lens of the fans of each NBA franchise. And today I am joined by Noah from TikTok at Uglyahhfatguy to talk about the Los Angeles Clippers. Noah, how are you doing today, man?
I'm doing absolutely amazing today. Here to discuss my favorite team I love, the Clippers. I live, breathe, and will die by the Clippers. There's a hat right there. Um, but yeah, it's the life, man.
Absolutely. And yeah, I mean, truly the few, the proud, the Clippers fans. Nobody's a casual Clippers fan. I've noticed that. It's a very passionate fan base, pretty outspoken, and yeah, willing to ride for everybody on the roster. So yeah, I fuck with that. It's better than, I don't know. I feel like I trash the Lakers on this pod all the time just because they have a lot of fans who are kind of casual and annoying, but Clippers
Yes.
Clippers fans don't hit that mark quite as hard, in my
No,
opinion.
I feel like as Clippers fans as a whole, we cannot stand Lakers fans. They are just the pinnacle of casual. Like so many of them plague the space, and it's disgusting. I can't stand them, bro. Like it hurts me because, being somebody who like supports an underdog, seeing these guys just like hop on a bandwagon. I know it seems like I'm trying to be different so bad, but like, dude, it's they're just obnoxious like all the time.
Oh
And
yeah, and I mean I was like that because I'm from Nebraska originally, not an NBA team
okay,
anywhere in sight.
fair
And
enough, fair
so
enough.
I was like, oh, I'll just like the Lakers because they're a cool team, and like I did that for like 3 or 4 years, and that was the dog days of the Lakers. That was like Kobe's last
Yeah.
couple seasons when D'Angelo Russell was like a highly touted
Hmm.
prospect and all that.
They
And
weren't
so
too hot.
yeah, I don't know. I wrote it out and I was like, this isn't that fun. Like, I don't know. Everybody likes
No.
the Lakers. I'm trying to get into some other shit. So that's when I kind of shifted into being a Nuggets fan. And so, I don't know. It's more fun that way. I will say
Yeah.
that.
I remember becoming a fan of the Clippers when I was about 12 years old. This is when I just got into basketball. Of course, all my family is Lakers fans. They're all from LA.
Oh
But
my God.
dude, dude, I can't like I love them, all my family, but the Lakers just it's too much. I became a fan because of 2K actually. I used to play 2K with my brother, and he would use the Clippers all the time. And like, of course, looking up to my brother, I'm like, I gotta use them. Like I love, but I also fell in love with just like the high flying action, bro. Like, and then just stuck, just was on the train ever since.
Oh, yeah. Is that like the Lob City Clippers then at that
Oh yeah.
point?
Oh
Dude,
yeah.
that was a fun team. Like
Too
it really
fun.
sucks. I don't know. I'm not like the biggest Chris Paul guy in the world. I'll ride for him in like an all-time debate or something like that. But as far as like a person goes, I'm like, I don't know, it's
He's
fine.
no,
But
he's a he's an ass. Wait, can we cuss on this? I don't want to
oh
cuss
yeah,
too
yeah.
much. I
I
don't
don't
want to
give a
cuss. I'm
fuck,
not.
bro.
Yeah, yeah. No. Chris Paul is he is a fairly unlikable person. But you know what I'm saying, I can't hate him too much. I got his jersey hanging up right here. Hold on.
Oh shit. Oh my god, we're recording at the shrine of Chris Paul.
Yep.
That fucking
And
rocks,
Blake
dude.
Griffin. Oh wait. And Blake Griffin's jersey's right there. But yeah, the
Damn, that
Clippers
rocks.
shrine, bro. Yeah. No, and so I can't hate on him too much. I used to ride for him all the time. Obviously he did huge things for the Clippers as a whole. You know what I'm saying, really putting them on the map big time. So I can't hate on Chris Paul too much, but fuck him
Yeah.
at the same time.
I mean, at the same, yeah, there's two sides to every coin, and I mean,
Yeah,
it gets to a point. But yeah, dude, the Lob City Clippers, I could talk about them forever, just because like that's such a team that like
such a team.
it I don't know. Not guaranteed to win a championship if they stay healthy, but like I feel like there's a couple Western Conference Finals there if his like hamstring holds together or some shit
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Because I mean, Blake Griffin was really good, and Chris Paul
Super
was
good.
so good in Los
But
Angeles, just like both defensively and then sharp ass offense all the time with
exactly.
prime Chris Paul.
But the thing about it was, like, Blake Griffin was low key a playoff. Like he disappeared. I'm
Oh
not gonna
yeah.
lie. He disappeared, and even though like that was such like I mean this like it was literally the most fun. Maybe it was just because I was a kid or maybe whatever, but it was a highlight every game. It seemed like a poster from somebody like DeAndre or Blake or absolutely crazy shit would go down, and it was literally the best. Like I remember seeing the fucking Jonas Rebko block, and I was like, oh my god, like that is, and like just like poster. Who was it? Um, um, Miles Plumley, the Miles Plumley poster, Blake Griffin. I like I went insane. That's not a talked enough. That's not talked about enough. That dunk was insane, but
Yeah,
yeah.
dude, ton of deep cuts with that, and the fact that like it's so fitting that you get a break from like the high flying starters, and then Jamal Crawford comes off the bench, and it's like
Exactly.
it's a completely different style of
Yes.
like very entertaining
Yeah.
basketball. Yeah, dude, I wish that team had. Yeah, like I said, I don't think it's like a guaranteed title, but
No,
health. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, they had every position you could want, but I don't think the cohesion was there all the way. You definitely had every player you could want though, like a facilitator, playmaker, defender, like a
hmm
high flying four and a good defending five. Like
DeAndre
that
Jordan was a hell
team,
of a rim protector, bro. Like he was.
yeah.
I don't know. He gets shit on because the center, like he made the All
Yeah.
NBA first team or whatever, and everyone's like,
Oh, I
"Well,
was
the
hype
center
as
position's just bad." But I'm like, he was pretty good that
he was
scheme.
solid though. He was solid, super solid. I mean, and he was just entertaining. Like, you know what I mean? Sure, he jumps at everything, but like, still like, like
He's getting a
we
couple of them, you know.
that's what I'm saying. We roll with our punches, but you know, that just like watching all that and then like, dude, when they broke up, oh dude, I nearly cried. About I was about this. What year was this? This was 2016. So I was
Yeah, it
about
must have been
15,
16 or
maybe.
17. Yeah, around there.
So I was about 14 or something, and I nearly cried, dude, because like I just couldn't imagine a team without these guys. Like I grew to love this team, and just for them to disappear was just like hell on earth, bro. Like it was everything I couldn't bear. Like I don't know. I
Yeah,
nearly lost
dude.
my mind.
It's tough. It's tough when you're a kid and you get those connections to teams like that, and it's just I don't know.
Oh
You
yeah.
don't. You think it's never gonna end. You think that it's all gonna get together. Everybody gets a turn to I don't know win their championships or whatever. But yeah, like I said,
Hmm.
health just never worked out for them, so that sucks.
Never,
But okay,
never.
so out of the glory days of the Clippers into where we are now, I want to know my first question for you. How do you feel about where the Clippers currently sit at as a franchise?
You know, I'm I'm not terribly down on it, but I am also I'm also I understand that this is the Clippers. Okay? This team, they have they have all of the tools, I feel like, but will they click and like actually make something out of it? I don't know. I have yet to see it. I've yet to experience it. I don't even know what it looks like really, or feels like as a fan. So, as a Clippers fan, I'm all right, but I don't know about the Clippers. They're iffy always, every
Yeah,
year, every year.
that's a really good way to describe it. They are iffy because when I was scheduling out like putting teams into tiers for how I like want to talk about them and everything, I really it's to me they're not exactly the same as far as talent goes, but I had the
No.
Clippers and then the Pelicans in this tier of just like hoping for
Oh.
like the health to line up and everything because I really like obviously the first two games of the Sun series, Kawhi Leonard is fucking cooking, bro. He's going
Cooking,
off.
bro.
And
He
it's just
was
like
cooking.
it was so good. And it was the first round. And I was like, okay, we're probably not getting 16 games of this, but we
Probably
might
not.
like KD versus Kawhi, we might get like a classic series out of it or something. 2 games in,
Nope.
the report out of nowhere, his ACL's fucking cooked or
Oh
whatever
my
it is.
god, dude.
And dude,
That
yeah,
hurts.
and so like it's just it feels like they could pretty clearly contend for a title. They have the top end talent as far as Kawhi and Paul George goes. They have a nice amount of depth and like a variety of guys that when you compare like their fully healthy depth chart to the rest of the league, it really probably might
It's
be the
insane.
deepest team in the league.
It's insane.
It's a ton of talent on one roster, and but at the same time, the whole if Kawhi stays healthy, like that's borderline an oxymoron
And
at this point. Like,
and it hurts, dude. It hurts because even when I was younger and Kawhi Leonard was on the Spurs, and there was talks about it. They were like, "Oh well, Kawhi Leonard's he's not happy in San Antonio, like he might leave." And I'm like, "He's coming to the Clippers. There's no doubt about it." I was saying this in 2017. I said he is one of my favorite players. The way he plays the game, I mean, the guy just doesn't miss. Like literally, if you watch Kawhi Leonard play, he is one of the most like um um methodical players, which is almost a reason why he like it's kind of a bad thing as well, because like he can't really play hero ball. I know he's the infamous game winner in Toronto. But like besides that, I've seen this dude play, and like as well as he doesn't miss, he also just does not take good shots at the end of a game. Like or he's always trying to look for them, whether like he has enough time or not. But that's rambling.
yeah,
I just
he's
yapped. I
no,
just
no,
yapped.
you're all right. You're all right. I mean, I rambled the same way, especially about a guy like Kawhi Leonard,
I
where
love him.
I don't know. There are very clearly two sides to how he plays basketball, where he
Oh yeah.
doesn't miss a lot of the time, but then he does kind of have that aspect to him where I don't know, like you said, and towards the end of the game, like I don't know, he's not. The offense is pretty Kawhi centric to me a lot of the time, and
Yes.
like
Yes.
I don't hate that because it
No.
really does feel like he's so automatic. But just in terms, especially if you were to ever get deeper into a playoff run, and God
Yeah.
forbid Kawhi
You
does go cold, kind of how it happened in 2020 a little bit, like then it gets really gnarly for the team as far as like generating consistently good looks for the
and
rest of the guys go.
Yeah, yeah, and it's tough because you see Paul George try and play off of him, and it just doesn't look right. Paul George was like, you know, one of the reasons why I kind of don't think they fit together is because they're both really ball dominant and they need the ball to. I don't think Kawhi Leonard needs the ball as much, but like to get to his spots, he definitely does.
Well, it's highly
But
defective. Like, if
yeah,
you
yeah,
take
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
ball out of either one of their hands, I don't think they're going to be like the best versions
No,
of themselves or close
no.
to it, really.
No, but you see, like one of the things I see a lot when I watch is Paul George forces a lot of shots, right? Whereas Kawhi Leonard doesn't probably put up as much shots as he should. Paul George puts up too many, and he'll shoot us out of games. I've noticed that before, and it sucks either way. But I don't know. That's
Yeah,
just the
it's
way I feel
very
about it.
difficult. Like, I don't know. To me, like this is kind of the idea. It's happening in Boston a little bit too, where you have like the wing is the most important position in
Yep.
basketball, and you get two incredibly talented wings on a team, and then you kind of run out of assets in whatever form, be it like money or the ability to like give up players to go get a really talented point guard, which is what teams like this kind of always end up needing in terms of
Yep.
like giving a lot of structure to the team. Boston has struggled with that. They will probably struggle with it heading into this season because Malcolm Brogdon is being like really weird, and they're gonna have Jason Tatum play a lot of point guard.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
like, I don't know, when you have two guys like that, one of them without the ball in their hands is kind of relegated to being like a spot up shooter or attacking closeouts or whatever it is. And when it's
And
I would love for Kawhi Leonard to be like the guy with the ball in his hands all the time. But if it is that, then like you said, Paul George is not super effective. He's a quality catch and shoot guy, I
yeah,
guess. But like for what you're asking him to do for what you're paying him to do. I don't know. It just
It's
like,
yeah.
yeah, the skills really
It,
clash.
it it does hurt, especially when you see Paul George put up that fucking 30-footer and it bangs off the back rim like a fucking like sounds like a I don't know the worst sound imaginable
It
of a
is a little like
basketball hitting the
thunk,
rim.
yeah,
And I'm
and the
like,
mic picks it up.
shit, bro. Yeah, it's fucking hard as hell. But I guess that's what you get when you try. What does he say? He practiced with a medicine ball. So, you know,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, yeah. They had him practicing with a medicine ball. So I guess that's what you get. But you know,
Dude, that's fucking
it's all right.
bananas. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think the flaws with the Clippers roster, we can like talk about the issues with like how their skills connect and everything, but
Hmm.
I think those are things that Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, like I said, young might not be able to adapt to as much once they're in the postseason. I really think if you got healthy Kawhi and healthy Paul George for a postseason run, they would be able to find some sort of
Mm,
synchronization between what each
yeah,
does well on the basketball and kind of figure it out because they do have so much more experience with a number of different play styles. Like Paul George playing with Russell Westbrook or somebody like that teaches you if you could play off Westbrook at his peak, you can
you
figure
can
out how
put.
to play
Yeah,
off of a lot of
yeah,
different
yeah, yeah,
guys.
yeah. Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't know. I hope this season comes together well. I say that every season, and you see the injuries and yeah, it kind of fucking derails the season, but um and everything you had in mind, but I hope this season goes well, fingers crossed. But with Westbrook coming and he's playing super good, so you know.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. That leads into number two pretty well, which is how do you feel about what the Clippers did as far as offseason moves go? The first bullet I have there is the re-signing of Russell Westbrook and like hopefully the extension of some of the flashes he showed in the postseason last year
Mhm,
once Kawhi went
mhm.
down. He's surprised. I had written him off completely with the Lakers. He comes to the Clippers. I'm like, he's playing better basketball. And then the postseason, I'm like, holy shit, this seems like a
Yep.
completely different player. And so I don't know. How are you feeling about that?
Well, honestly, you love to see it. I was enthralled when I seen that we picked him up for the deal we got him at and the things he did in the postseason. I fell in love. I did not like Russell Westbrook. I have memes on my phone of him, a fucking player card with his body as a brick. But um, I I completely fell in love with Russell Westbrook just because of like his mindset towards the game. Like he really cares. Like he puts it all on the court. He's out there every time he can be like and recently in Clippers history, as we know, all right, that's not really something we see a lot, with Paul George and Kawhi,
They're out there when
having
they
have
need to be, you know,
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Like they're not certainly not playing against like, the Rockets, but
Exactly.
or the
Yeah, but
Magic.
Westbrook probably will be, hopefully. Yeah.
Exactly. That's the thing. He'll be out there and he brings so much he kind of brings like a culture with him. I think that as long as he plays and we give him a spot, I don't think he was able to achieve that with the Lakers, but I feel like the Clippers, we don't put that much pressure on players. Um so I think we'll let him flourish and he'll do hopefully great things.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, I have given up trying to get like a read on Russell Westbrook before the season.
Fair
I'm
enough.
gonna be like whatever happens happens. I'm not gonna let anything surprise me anymore. But in terms of his connection between being allowed to do what he wants on the court to some extent and then like allowing that to energize himself to do all of the other things at a very high level in terms of like hustle plays
Yep.
or kind of being like a motor to energize the rest of the team. those those two are connected for him in a way that I'm not sure any other player really
I
has
agree.
it. Like if he is allowed to just run his little offense or whatever and isn't being told to, like, I don't know what LA really had him doing as far as the Lakers go. Like he was shooting a lot of shit that he didn't really like doing. He wasn't enjoying his role. When he's not having fun, he stinks. But when he
That's
is having
true.
fun, like yeah, he can really do a lot of stuff well for the Clippers. And especially like you said, Kawhi and Paul George are not going to be playing against the Rockets, against the Magic, whatever. I think he's still at a point in his career, and he showed this in the playoffs last season, where if you just need like a night where you're like Russell Westbrook, the team is yours, get to the rim how you want, do your little drive and kick thing, generate a ton of offense
It's
for us. He could
it's
still get you like
everything.
25, 8, and
It's
8 or something
electric,
like that.
electric, bro. Even that game against the Grizzlies, he was. I'm pretty sure he was the only guy in that. I think Paul George and Kawhi weren't playing. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I think Kawhi may have played, but he was electric that game, like absolutely amazing. And that's what I mean. He plays with a chip on his shoulder, like that's or especially now he plays with a chip on his shoulder, like prove everybody wrong that counted me out. Like it means like the last name means something to me, like that. That's just like I love that,
And
of
when you
course.
say like culture, I totally agree with that too. Nobody, for as much as like reporters, media, people like me online fucking shit on Westbrook sometime, I've never heard a teammate like everyone's not. It's like Russell Westbrook's the best teammate I've ever had. Like he's one of the best locker room guys in the league. It seems like as far as like instilling confidence in the rest of the
That's what I
roster.
mean, man.
And that's a really good point to touch on. I didn't even think about that, and like I don't have it in my notes here, but that is a very good point.
And like you can also see it in the Clippers because you know, we had a guy like that. His name was Patrick Beverly. And that, oh my God, he was a fucking dog, man. He is a dog.
Still
I'm
is,
telling you.
man. I'm
I'm
dead.
telling you right now, the man's a dog, Jack. He is insanely like vocal. He's there for his team. He like is on the bench. That man could not touch a court one game and he'd still have a presence in that locker room. That's how like he is a culture bringer. And that's what I mean. Like him and Westbrook, maybe Westbrook, or Beverly rub some stuff off on him or something, or maybe it was like that before, but like it's real different now. Like it feels different. It feels like he really wants to, do something with this team, and that's what I'm ready for.
Yeah, and I'm not going to pretend to be in the locker room or anything, but the
Yeah.
vibes I got pre Westbrook, post Beverly to pre Westbrook, it's not like a shell of a team, but Kawhi is not going to be a vocal
Nope.
leader. He will lead on the court. He will play very well. He
He'll
will do
play good.
things like that. And Paul George, maybe to some extent, but it's hard to look to a guy with consistency issues in that
Yeah.
regard
Yeah.
because he, similarly to Westbrook, if he's not playing well and not having fun, his body language is really bad a lot of the time and stuff like that. And so for them to have a guy who just doesn't care the way Westbrook does and is going to like bring it every single night, bring it in practice, and like, yeah, it does. It's hard to look at like a quote unquote bench guy and be like, this totally changes the dynamic of the team. But you can't be a highly competitive basketball team without something like that going on in the locker
Yeah.
room. And so I think that's a good step for them.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was kind of going at. Like we just had nothing going for us. Like we finished terrible 2 years ago. I don't even we didn't even make the playoffs. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think. Yeah, no, we didn't. And the next year, was pretty sorry. But we pick him up. And it seems like we're competitive again. We're going at him, and if we're healthy, man, it looks good. All right, that's all I'm gonna say.
It does. Two more bullets I have here as far as off-season moves. My guy Mason Plumlee, I thought that was a nice little re-signing. He's not going to like
Plum
completely
dog,
revolutionize the team, but the
plum
Plum Dog
dog.
Millionaire. I mean, he's a good big. He's a good player,
He
and
is.
I was also curious how you felt about Kenyon Martin Jr. That was like a
Oh.
when I read the news, I was like, what the hell's going on? That's just like a strange move for both teams, it feels like. What are you thinking there?
Okay, so for I want to get the Mason Plumlee one right away.
Absolutely. Let me hear it.
So I'm kind of conflicted on him. I don't think I'm that high of him as a guy just cuz like he kind of has like that personality that it's like kind of hard to get to. Like he's kind of an asshole, you know.
Yeah.
And but in terms of his game, I like him. Okay. Him and Russ, like when I seen that, him like, coming off the pick and roll and then him catching those lobs. Oh my gosh. It was magnificent. It was beautiful to say the least.
Of course, yeah. Oh my god.
But he needs to work on his hands a little bit because he was, letting him fly by him. But he does look great. I'm super happy about that move. But bro, oh my gosh.
Oh
When
my
we
gosh.
picked up Kenyon, bro, I was ecstatic. Okay, my friend, he's a Rockets fan. He was shitting on him. He was like, dude can't even play defense. But I'm sitting here like, look, bro, this is the high flyer that I've been looking for as an addition to the Clippers. This guy, I promise you, he will turn up this season. Mark my words. Mark my words right now. He will be taking Marcus Morris's spot. I believe that truly. And we will see a Kenyon Martin Jr. Rise. Promise you.
I was curious about that because I was doing some research. That you name dropped Marcus Morris. Did he request a trade from the Clippers?
um, I don't think so. Well, I think he did, but also the fans were shitting on him pretty bad. I think that's the first instance I've ever seen Clippers fans really getting down on a player. But at the same time, it's like I feel kind of bad because like that's kind of what we had to do as fans to like let management know or like let the front office know how we felt about him playing. Like it sucks because he's such a good player, like we know how he can be. Like that mid-range is tough, that corner three is tough. But the thing is he wasn't hitting that last season. He struggled with that quite a bit. And I think that's just him regressing as as he gets older, and that sucks. But we have to move on from guys like that if we want a chance. He's not really a locker room guy. He's kind of also an asshole.
Yeah.
So you
just a
know,
team, just a
and,
team of assholes over there in Los Angeles.
and
Jeez.
he said, I mean, even what he said, like after all of it, and fair enough, but like I guess it's not really very professional. He's like, man, fuck Clippers fans, and I think he tweeted something like that, man. He was like, fuck the Clippers fans. And then he like unfollowed the Clippers on Instagram and all this stuff. So, if he gets traded, he gets traded. I kind of want him to get traded. But I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I'm a Jokic fan. I don't give a damn about the Morris brothers on this podcast. They can fuck off.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, yeah, and that's such a Morris brothers thing to do.
it
To be
is.
like, fuck the Clippers
It
fans and just
is.
unfollow everybody. Like,
Like
dude, what the hell?
it's I don't know. They're like super petty, but fair enough. I mean, we were
But the mid
shitting
range
on
is tough.
bro.
That little
It is
elbow
tough.
jumper he has,
That
when
little that
that's
little
going,
turnaround
bro, that was
elbow.
nasty, dude. Yeah. Yeah, he
But
had a nice little run in New York before going to LA, and
yes,
I
he
liked him
did.
there, but
That
shit's just
19
not
points a
working
game.
out. Damn.
Somebody got
Yeah.
to score it. Nah, but nah. But that corner three, man, it was good for some time. And of course, I don't know what happened. I think it was something with because he was out with either a shoulder or a elbow. I could be wrong on that. Somebody fact check me. But he got into a little thing, and then like it just seemed like he was in a mental funk. So I don't know. Maybe I was thinking maybe he goes to Philly in the James Harden thing, but I don't know.
That's tricky. Yeah, there's a lot of balls in the air as far as that is concerned. I don't know. You want to jump to talking about like moves you would expect LA to make, or do you want to talk about expectations you have for next season?
Let's go for the moves.
All
Let's
right,
talk
all right.
about the
Yeah,
moves.
audible to the
Let's
moves. What do you mid-season trade deadline next season? Obviously, what moves do you want or expect the Clippers to make?
You know, I wasn't big on the Harden trade. You know, you get a guy who you might have for 1 year, who you'll have for a year, maybe he'll come back. Obviously, the guy's got attitude issues, you know. He's very vocal about not wanting to play with teams when he wants to. But um as far as moves go right now currently, if Paul George just does not play the way if he doesn't play somewhat efficiently that helps us win games, I think he may be out of the situation. You know, I think we move on from him, and that sucks to say because I have a lot of love and respect for Paul George. He led us to the promised land, the Western Conference Finals. That's the promised land to a guy like me,
For a
okay?
Clippers fan, yeah, I
That's the
suppose
first
so.
appearance ever. First appearance ever. So how could I hate on a guy like that? Love Paul George, but of course, too many cooks in the kitchen. Like you can't have two guys going at, have to have the ball in their hands and then expect to win. So I think Paul George would have to be out just because Kawhi Leonard is too good. Like if we're talking about a healthy Kawhi Leonard, he is leagues above Paul George right now. Okay.
Oh, it's
And
not even close. Yeah,
like not even comparable. Like this guy is completely like transcendent, in the playoffs, like insane. So I think moving on from him and maybe going after like honestly, I don't even know. Honestly, I think we just we maybe get like another big man, maybe like an actual stretch,
hmm
but I don't know besides that. And yeah, maybe getting James Harden. I don't know if
yeah.
we can get him for cheap.
I don't know. Daryl Morey's pretty fucking
Daryl
stingy
Morey
over
is a
there,
fucking
Philadelphia, dude.
stingy fucking asshole.
He's a ball buster. So, like, I don't know. Like when I think about Paul George and his tenure with the Los Angeles Clippers, nobody should have any problem with what he's done, and then you clearly have a lot of reverence for him. And I mean, I do too.
Love.
Like, especially coming back from all that playoff P shit in 2020 to then like continue playing at a high level in the playoffs. He wasn't good the whole time, but he did
No.
get them to the Western Conference Finals. He had a high level postseason, and I mean, he's trying his fucking best. And so
Exactly. Like he was going hard, and I can appreciate that.
yeah, but like when you think about Kawhi Leonard and James Harden, I think those skills synergize a lot better than him and Paul George. It is just such a tricky. James Harden's situation scares the shit out of me if I was any team even thinking
Yeah.
about going for him, because there's there's nothing that like can be done that he could display on or off the court that would make me feel confident that he's re-signing in a year at this point or anything like that. So to give up essentially like this is it if you go for James Harden. Like because if he's
Literally.
gone for nothing, there's no like restructuring of the roster that you can do around Kawhi Leonard to make that a super high level competitive basketball team anymore. But at the same time, if if you get healthy Kawhi in the postseason and you get the version of James Harden that's given, I don't know, people shout all over him for his postseason. I get that
They
he
do.
wasn't good after like game 4 versus Boston or whatever. If you get a guy who can give Kawhi Leonard 2 games in a series the way that James Harden gave Embiid 2 in Boston, I feel like that's a guy that he could go far with. I mean,
Exactly.
like, yeah, I don't know. It's tricky. It is hard, but they
Hmm.
obviously work on paper a lot better than him and Paul George. And I think he's still a high level basketball player, James Harden. I'm
Oh
not. I'm not like completely out on him yet. He'll be a
no,
double
no.
double for a while.
I'm not out on him for sure. I mean, I would love to have him on the Clippers, but I'm not sure the price I would be willing to pay. That's the thing. Like truthfully, we would have to get rid of Norman Powell, which I'm fairly high on. We would
Oh,
have to get rid
absolutely.
of Nick Batum, which I have an emotional attachment to. You know, I
Hell
love
yeah.
Batum, bro. I love Batum. You know what I'm saying? Sure, he's not that good anymore, but that man, he'll get you a chase down. he'll reach in that bag and grab them cookies. Like he'll get you what you paid for. Maybe
Fourth
not
quarter,
Charlotte. Hell
yell him
no,
out of
you
fuck Batuman. Absolutely.
in Charlotte, maybe you won't get what you paid for, but this guy, he goes out there and he gives it his all, and that's all I could ask for as a Clippers fan. But
Hey, now that he's on that new deal, I'm a big like Batum Renaissance guy. He was
oh yeah,
just because you have been overpaid and you've made a lot of money. Once you get on like a deal that you're getting value, you're giving value to your team. Nick Batum's a good basketball player. I
oh
think he
yeah,
will
love
be
it,
for a couple more seasons. I'm not
love it. Well,
in like how old is Batum? Do you know?
30, either 30, I think he's 34.
Oh
34,
shit!
35. He's up there.
Oh
He's
my
definitely,
god!
maybe I'm wrong, but I know he's up there. And he did see kind of a decrease last year. He's one of those guys who could just pull up from the arc and let that bitch fly. But he did see that fall off, and it sucks to see. But um, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But
I
to the
mean,
to the James Harden thing, I mean, I'm willing to wait it out. You know what I mean? If that's what it takes, we wait it out a year. You know what I'm saying? We still got Kawhi and PG for till 2025. That's next season and some, I'm pretty sure. But you know, I'm fine with that, as long as Paul George isn't shitting the bed.
yeah, I don't know. It probably does depend on his level of play because they're also, I don't know, with Kawhi, it feels like the team leans on Paul George more in the regular season just to be like a steadier presence because everybody's walking on eggshells about like Kawhi's fucking knees. So it's just like, all right, PG,
It's
cook, please. We
yeah,
can't
yeah,
we can't
yeah,
play Kawhi right now. This
yeah,
doesn't matter. So you need to like help out. And so if he's shit in the bed, absolutely, I feel confident that Harden could be a better floor raiser for
for
like
sure.
half of a regular season or something like that, just because he generates through assists and being such a way better passer. He's like a much better guy at lifting up a team when Kawhi is sitting out or something like that. But yeah,
He's
I don't
tough.
know. And
I,
as far as like the waiting game goes, I really like your take there too, because the Clippers shit don't matter till the playoffs anyway.
That's
Like
what I'm saying, man. Like, bro, this shit is like you just exactly. Like it just doesn't matter until we get there. And honestly, I could see us, getting towards the deadline, and if some guys are out, I could see us making a move for Harden then, and or something like that, something like that. But I don't think obviously the front office has more smarter guys than me, and
yeah,
you know they're slept on though. The front office guys at the Lawrence Frank and those guys, man, they are great front office guys, and they make all the right moves, but it just never clicks.
yeah,
That's
that's
the thing.
another thing. My bullet, like under what moves I would want them to make. It's so hard to give a team like LA respect for making the right moves a contender would make around the edges, which they have done because the guys at the center, they haven't been there. They haven't been able to play. So you
Yeah.
haven't really, like, you're asking so much more out of the Norman Powells of the world. You're like, fucking please, like, whatever you can give us. Whereas in an ideal world, you're asking Norm Powell for 15 points per game and to just spray from beyond the arc, maybe create a
Mhm.
little bit off the bench or with the bench unit, I suppose. He could fill that role
For
spectacularly.
sure.
I'm really big on Norm Powell and something like that. But when you're asking him to be your number two in the playoffs, it's really difficult. And so, like, they don't get credit for making moves like that, even though that is like
Yeah.
a savvy move.
I really like that, and dude, that Norman Powell 42 points game. I was turned.
Flamethrower.
I was
Oh my
turned.
God.
But that just goes to show, like, what I'm saying? We got the guys, man. We have the guys. I don't think beyond here there's like really any definitive move we can make that I can confidently say, like, oh yeah, that's the right move. Because like if we just clicked, we have everything. Maybe not like the stretch five, but like,
You have
but
enough to like
yeah, yeah,
give
yeah.
any team in the league a good series, a
Right,
good 6 or 7 game series if they
right.
could be healthy. And so it is incredibly hard to be like, this is what we need to put us over the top. We haven't seen what they need to put them over the top in years. It's it's
Yep.
hard to predict stuff
It
like that.
sucks. It sucks, but you know, um, I mean, always I'll have confidence in the Clippers. I'll always be there to watch them, but they keep this up. I mean, it's always been injury. It's always like literally always been injury. Besides like the 2019 finals, which that was or not the finals,
The
but the
bubble.
no, not the bubble.
Okay.
The 2019 it was the 2018-19 season where we took the greatest team of all fucking time to 6 games with dogs, with straight dogs. That was peak life. That was peak life. Yo, I
I'm
was so
dead.
lit, bro. I was so lit. We took oh my god, that was peak life, man. I can't. Damn. So nostalgic, so great. Man, we were really fucking nice.
I
But
don't got anything written down for this, but it just popped in my head. Like, does it just fucking suck to watch SGA blow up in Oklahoma City the way he has, or are you like,
um
it was the right move? Like I make that
yeah,
move 10 out of 10 times, but
exactly.
he's so good, bro. Like
It's
just watching him, he's so nice.
um no. I mean, no, I don't because like I'm very like I think about it. Like I'm like, dude, I wanted Kawhi Leonard on my team so bad. Like if he didn't if we lived in a reality where SGA stayed on this team and we got just had to roll with him, and then some other team got Kawhi Leonard, like the Lakers, and they just started going insane. And I just had to watch as they were beating us the fuck up every year, and but we got 34 points, Shea Gilgeous, like I'd probably, I
Yeah,
wouldn't be too I don't know. I don't regret it at all. And nor do I like say like, damn, I wish I had him on the Clippers still. But I mean, you wish, right? But
yeah,
like, you know how these things work. You just can't have them, and it's all right. It's all right with me.
yeah. I mean, I did a Hornets episode earlier, and it's totally different because they got Miles Bridges for SGA, and
Oh
so like
hell no!
they could have him, and it's like
Please.
holy. Yeah, dude, like that fucking sucks. But getting Kawhi and Paul George, especially like I'm not a big aura guy, as the kids say on Twitter. Kawhi's
Yeah.
aura in 2019, bro, that was
It was
unmatched.
different. No, and I totally feel that though because I'm not either, but like you just feel it. Like he's just completely different. Like he was that guy, man. And a part of the reason why you lose that is just cuz like, I guess you pair up with somebody who's equally as skilled as you, which I don't agree with at all, but I guess they're revered the same way. Um I don't know. Also, the injuries play into it a bit, and yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah. All right. The next question I got for you is now we're getting on to the expectations. What would like a realistic expectation for next season, a disappointing season, and a surprisingly nice season look like for the Los
Okay,
Angeles Clippers next year?
okay. So, a nice season looks like over 500. No, but a surprising season would be 60 wins. I'd say 60 wins would be a nice surprising season. And a disappointing season would just be to miss the playoffs again. I mean, we see this all the time. Um, or not all the time, but we have seen it before. The Clippers have with having a good team and then just, blowing out towards the end of the season, players getting injured, and then we miss this, we miss it. But honestly, as a Clippers fan, nothing surprises me anymore. And I
I know.
mean, like,
You just
nothing
got to be ready for
surprises me.
everything. Yeah. Like,
If I get surprised, it's in a good way. If I get surprised nowadays, it's in a good way. Every season has, you look at all the seasons prior. I mean, it's all disappointing. I'm not gonna lie, it's all fucking disappointing, bro. Like you know what I'm saying, injury this playoffs. Paul George goes down, Kawhi, Chris Paul goes down this one, DeAndre Jordan goes down this one, and Blake Griffin, and then it's like what's everything's disappointing. Like
Dude, when you lay it out
only
like
no.
that, I ran through this a minute back, but I hadn't really thought about it in a while. It's crazy how like the top, probably the most fun Clippers season, one of them is 2018, where like Lou Will and
There,
SGA and Montrezl
there.
Harrell are like going at the Warriors. That was dope to
That
watch.
was peak. That was peak Clippers ball. And when I saw that the Clippers traded, I remember getting the news. It was 2 in the morning. It was 2 in the morning. I was on 2K playing with my buddies. I get the news. Paul George, Kawhi Leonard joined the Clippers. And I was yelling at the top of my lungs, 2 in the morning, waking my entire family up. Like we just had one of the best runs against the best, I mean, the best team ever. And, we just signed one of the greatest players of all time and a player that is doing amazing right now who just won the fucking, the championship. And I'm like, I'm ecstatic. Like I'm in love. And that was peak life. And then the 2020 season happened where, you know, you know,
I don't want to. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to
you
bring
know,
up the 3-1 lead. That's tough.
you
Oh
guys are
man.
dogs though. I can't lie. Overcoming that twice in one playoffs, I
I
gotta
didn't
give
believe
credit.
it. I won't lie. For the
I gotta
Jazz, I
give
was
it.
like, dude, it's fucking Rudy Gobert. I
I
buy
gotta
this.
give.
Jamal Murray's cooking, but for the
Yeah,
Clippers, especially because in that series versus the Nuggets, it was like a 15-point lead every game, and I
I
was like,
know,
towards
dude.
the second or the third one, I was just like, I don't know.
I
You had to
know, dude.
like dissociate to stop from stressing out too much. I get so stressed when I like watch sports.
Dude,
I'm just like, I don't even care about this shit right
when
now, dude.
when it came back, when the lead came back, I didn't even watch the last game at all. I did not even. It was game 7. I didn't even watch the damn thing. I said, dude, I know how it is. I'm a Clippers fan. This has happened before. I'm not watching this shit. If we win, we win. Tune into it. We're down fucking 18 points in the fourth quarter. I'm like, it's over, bro. It's so over. This team is finished.
Yeah, dude, that fucking sucks. Because with the
This
with the
team is finished.
2018 team, like obviously you give up so many like draft assets plus SGA, but as far as like the core of the team that allowed them to be competitive when you added Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, I was like, shit, they're essentially running it back. They don't have the young guy anymore, but like, I mean, I thought Montrezl Harrell was going to be better than he turned out to
Oh
be.
man.
Like, and so I don't know, just a
And
bunch of shit that didn't
he
work
had
out.
that season. Like he literally won sixth man of the year. He turned it up from last season. He was averaging 20 points. He was a great playoff performer in the previous playoffs. Then the
He
next
went
season
at
he falls
Draymond
off.
Green. That shocked
Like
me, dude. Like,
like dog, bro. I'm telling you, everybody on that team was a dog. That man, Gallo, the chicken, he was a dog. Like
I love to know
Pat
about
Bev,
Larry, man.
dog. Like Shea, dog. Like Jerome Robinson. Nah, he didn't play. I don't think.
Nah.
But
Yeah, dude.
Landry, dog. Like serious, bro.
I mean, yeah,
You know,
it just sucks the way shit doesn't work out. And I mean, it can't work out for everybody. Never fucking works out for the
it
Clippers.
it just it just I it does it actually perplexes me because I feel like if this was any other team ever, they would have won by now. You know, like if like I feel like there's just something about the Clippers that just fucks us over every time, and it's not. It's like a bad omen. I don't know, like something over this team. I don't know, but
Yeah. So the next question I got for you, I feel like we kind of touched on this already with like how Paul George would probably have to exit to get James Harden, but I want to know how close are you to just being like this is never gonna fucking work out, blow it up for like a nice little like nest egg of trade or draft assets in a rebuild? Are you just riding with Kawhi until this motherfucker retires, or what's going on?
Till that shit breaks the fuck down and it's over. All right, till it breaks down. Listen, again, we got to touch up on this. I'm a Clippers fan. I've been patient forever and I'll be patient. I've been patient for the past 10 years and I'll be patient for the next 10 more, okay? So, I'm ready to wait it out. Draft means nothing to me. I can't remember a good draft pick since Blake Griffin and Shea, but like one that actually played for us
Yeah,
at their peak. But and also giving up that those picks to get Shea, I'm like, I don't even care about that. Or not giving up the picks for Shea, giving up the picks with
Kawhi
him.
Leonard.
Yeah,
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 yeah. To get that. But I wasn't, I don't care because like those picks are like late anyways. Like they really didn't pan out to be like really good players. I'm pretty sure we still owe them. Maybe I'm wrong, but um I don't know. I'm gonna ride it though. I'm definitely gonna ride it. I love Kawhi. I just want to see him play at the highest level for a long time. I've always been a fan of him. And I just hope we can get it done. I feel like I know he's a guy that can get it done.
Oh,
I know that.
absolutely. That's not,
I
yeah,
know that.
it sucks how that's not the question. Like, it's so brutal because I just did the Chicago Bulls, and that's a team that clearly blow that shit up. It's DeMar
Yeah,
DeRozan's
no,
not the fucking guy. But with
they got
with when you're a
nothing.
Clippers fan, you know that like the ceiling is there if shit aligns. Like Kawhi
Yes.
Leonard is fucking nasty that way, but it's just like how much can you take? How much torment can you take? And I mean,
And
respect to you for taking it all, I guess.
and it's like, but that's all I know. Like I don't know anything else. Like I don't know anything else. Like like if we were to get a player like like a Mikal Bridges, it wouldn't surprise me if he fucking all of a sudden got injured. You know what I'm saying? Like it sucks, bro.
Yeah, I mean it's just sad, and I don't know. I guess it does. What my point there is just it makes it a little bit easier to ride it out, but at the opposite side of the coin, it makes it much harder to know when to give up. When you just like you can point to this guy and it's
Very.
like fucking hey, if he can just get if we can get 18 games out of Kawhi Leonard, we
That's
can win
it.
the fucking championship. That is a yeah, that's a hard
It's
thing to let
that
go of. I don't know when it's gonna happen.
but I don't think we'll ever blow it up either. I think the front office has been pretty vocal about that. They don't want to trade either of them. I would not mind trading one of them. Honestly, I wouldn't even mind trading Kawhi Leonard. But I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. I don't think it'll work, but I'm optimistic.
Well, a
I
big like something I noticed or like I don't know. I've been listening to fucking Bill Simmons and shit, and he's been like, they're building a new arena. And I'm like, well, that's a ton of fucking money. You can't roll out a team
yeah.
with no star power to a brand new like sink $1 billion into this building or whatever, and then roll out fucking yeah, like nobody. So it doesn't surprise me that they don't want to blow it up, but I don't know. I guess I need to see what really goes on in the first half of the season, how they can like kind of get off the ground before I'm not like 100% blow it up, but I would say I'm like 65% there. I don't really fuck with the Clippers. Odds like I fuck with you, and
I
I
don't
mean
fuck,
I like them. I like all their players,
I
but
don't fuck with them either, bro. Trust me.
and
The
like as
way that the
someone
way this shit goes down, I don't fuck
yeah,
with them
dude.
either.
I mean, as someone removed from it all, it's just like this is you're delusional a lot of the times. Like it's just
Oh
not gonna
no,
work.
for
And
sure.
so, yeah, and I mean I've been delusional about shit too. Sports will do that to you, but yeah,
Yes.
when you're not in it, you can see how just like crazy people get sometimes. And so yeah, I'd say I'm about 65% blow it up on the scale
That's
right
it,
now.
yeah. I mean, I see that, but yeah, no, I am delusional. I mean, you have to be. You have to be because, you know, I mean, I'm all like even in football, like I mean, I don't mean to derail
No, you're
from
good. Talk
the
what you want to talk.
basketball realm, but I'm also a Seahawks fan. So, like we just be bullshitting in that too. So, it's unfortunate, but it's reality. And we have to you know,
You
uh
got to cope with reality, however you can.
exactly. And coping with that is, oh my God, Kawhi Leonard is top 5 ever. Like he's literally better than LeBron James. Wait,
He
they're playing this
is
week.
when he's
Wait,
healthy, dude.
we're smoking the Lakers. Like obviously, like Kawhi Leonard
I'm done.
solos him. Like
Yeah, there's a great bit on Twitter where it's been a cycle where the Clippers have beat the Lakers several times. It's been a fat minute,
10,
like
10 and
yeah,
0.
he knows it off the top. Hell
You
yeah.
gotta know,
And
bro.
and so like and I don't even see Clippers fans like losing their mind because they know it doesn't mean shit. But like Lakers fans just get so mad that they've lost. They're like, this is their fucking banner. This is all they
And
care
we're
about.
not
And
even
I'm like,
talking.
I
We don't
know.
even talk. We
Dead
don't talk because we get
silence.
in big trouble, big trouble.
Oh man. If I
but
speak,
like
if I speak big trouble.
yeah,
That's funny.
speaking of
I'm
the
dead.
big trouble, the Taylor Swift has more rafters in the fucking crypto. Oh, dude, that's the worst shit ever. Like the only
Oh man.
rafters we got are the players' fucking pictures.
That's fucking tragic, dude.
Yeah, bro. But
All
hey,
right,
man,
I
I'm,
gotta.
I'm
This one's a tricky question because of like the construction of the roster. Which player are you most looking forward to see? The way I said the question was progress next season. It could just be like who you want to watch. So just like yeah, let me know what's up.
well. The player I want to watch, obviously, Kawhi Leonard. I want to watch him. I really don't care to watch Paul George because I know his game. His bag's deep as hell. He tries to reach in there. Got to understand the guy. He's in his 30s now. He goes to his move. He falls to his knees. He loses the ball. I don't really care about watching Paul George at this point. Russell Westbrook. I want to watch him thrive. I want to watch him win. I want to watch him not only win, but dominate, bro. I want to watch him return to his former glory. That is my delusion for this season. My two realistic ones who I want to see grow. KPJ. Or wait, is his name? No. It's not KPJ.
It's not KPJ.
It's KJ. It's KJ. It's KMJ.
Yeah,
It's not KPJ. We don't want KPJ over here.
yeah. No, that's big
Um,
trouble.
no, that's I want to see Kenyon go crazy this year. I want to see him really do something, him really find a role on this team, make a name for himself, and I think the Clippers are a perfect place to do that. On top of that, your old guy, Bones Highland, baby. That dog in him. I'm talking about this guy is Lou Williams 2.0. I mean, I see it. I look at the guy and I say, he's got it in him, man. If he just finds that confidence to not just chuck up shots, but chuck up shots that he thinks he's going to make. You know what I'm saying? Like actual good shots. That's actually, I'm just yapping right now. That made no sense. But
But
that made no
we yap a
sense.
little bit. You're all right.
We yap. Listen, we're in a yapocalypse, whatever.
Hell yeah.
But
Well, with fuck yeah for the Bones Highland drop.
Bones
Absolutely, I was
fucking
waiting for it,
Island,
dude.
baby.
Yeah.
Can't
I
wait.
mean, since he was on since he was on the Nuggets, I've been like, dude, he's got the Jamal Crawford shades to
He
him.
does,
Like
bro.
you see him get
He
to a
does,
little
baby.
street ball move, get downhill, make somebody
Hooper, man.
miss. Yes, true hooper in the
We love
purest
that.
sense.
We love that.
Yeah.
But we love a Hooper who knows his role. And he didn't really like his role as a Nugget, but I think he'll find a place on the Clippers. I think
Yeah,
he's
no.
content.
I
I
got
think
it. I got it written down here. I was like the Bones KJ pick and roll. It's unstoppable. All
Oh my gosh, I
2024,
can't
man.
wait. The new Lou Willem Montrez, baby. Let's go.
Exactly. Who's gonna win Six Man of the Year? Exactly, dude.
Dude,
That
we
fucking
are,
rocks.
dude. I
And
can't.
I'm the same with Westbrook too. I feel like we spent half this fucking pod talking about Westbrook, but it's one of the big storylines of this team is can he, especially what he was doing defensively on Devin Booker. That's what I
Oh
want to see
my.
him because like his offensive role will probably be reduced at
Oh
times.
yeah,
It'll
for
the
sure.
bare minimum be inconsistent. So I want to see if he can consistently do that shit that he was doing in terms of like jumping passing lanes and just being like you said a dog on the ball.
Snatching that shit. Give me that KD. Oh, I can't believe they called that foul on him when he fucked the shit out of him, man. That
I
pissed me
know.
off.
Fuckers. The
But
refs are in
they
KD's
hate
pocket.
us. They
Cupcake
hate us.
snake. Exactly.
The things you have to do, man. But I loved his defensive effort, that game, fucking stopping, fucking saving, that block on Devin Booker. Oh, it's a foul. It's a foul. Man, shut the hell up. You don't even know what you're talking about. You probably said that. No, I'm just fine. But nah, but
Yeah. I'm with you. Like it was impressive because that was like he was bad defensively with the Lakers. Like he was
yeah,
inexcusable. He was the
yeah.
reason shit was breaking down for them a lot of the time. It seemed like. I mean, maybe I just don't fucking know ball at all, and somebody's gonna like show me the film one day and be like, actually, it was because
But
this guy was behind him or didn't make the rotation. But like he was cooking defensively, and I want to
no,
see I
dude,
want to
yeah,
see that continue because that's something that is pretty internal that he can control as opposed to like his touches or his shots or what the team wants him to do offensively. The hustle is completely within himself. And I
everything,
think
bro.
that will still allow him to energize the team, even if he doesn't get crazy dunks or like, I don't know, stupid finishes or things like that. He can still
Yeah.
have a lot of impact through those methods.
No, and he's just it's insane. Like it kind of sucks how like, I was watching him go to the basket and just like kind of lay it up and not fucking just like hammer that bitch in, but I mean, he's a great player and I love to watch him, but the thing you said, he seemed like a bad defender. And I hear that a lot. I do hear that a lot, so I can't like just say that you're wrong. But or like he was a bad defender. But like dude, every time he played the Clippers, on the Lakers, he was on Kawhi Leonard, and dude, he would like just swat away every ball that came to Kawhi. And I was like, dude, that's so fucking annoying. Like, I don't see how people call him a bad defender when he's just jumping that shit and like taking that shit. Like, I would love to have him on the Clippers. And he came to the Clips and then, he showed me what I thought of him, and I was thoroughly impressed with his game, especially improving on defense, letting that three fly. I loved it. I loved every bit of it.
Hell yeah. Well, I
But
mean,
yeah.
that's one of the situations I'm always happy to be wrong. Like
Oh
it
yeah.
doesn't always seem like it because like I'll be shitting on players. I'm like,
You be shitting on
this
him.
guy is not fucking good, straight up. But when I'm wrong about that, I'm like, dude, absolutely. Like, I don't know, go make money, be an impactful basketball player, things like
Yeah.
that. Like, it's fine for me to not know what I'm talking about. And it rocked because yeah, I mean, I was out on Westbrook, and now I'm
Yeah.
not in, and I'm not gonna like act like I've been on the Westbrook train the whole time or anything like that. But it's nice to see guys that look like they're gonna be Carmelo Anthony out of the fucking league, kind of carve out a little niche for
Yep.
themselves. That's nice.
Yeah. And I'm really glad to see it. We really do need a player like that, a vocal presence, and just to see him become that, take Pat Bev's spot. You really love it. So that's all I got for
We're
that.
looking for Westbrook
We
2024,
are.
baby.
Hell yeah, baby.
Absolutely.
Russell Westbrook, 30. He's averaging a triple double this season. I'll tell you that right now. He's coming back to his old ways, baby.
Here
Believe
we
it.
go.
That's
You
my
heard it here
delusions.
first, folks. You heard it here first. All right. The last question I got for you is straight up which team do you think is winning the NBA title?
Oh, I mean, repeat, baby. I see it. I see it. The
He sees the
Nuggets are for
vision.
the repeat. Because listen, no team is put together like these guys are, man. They are a well-oiled machine. Honestly, we'll have to wait, but you can say that the Lakers look really good. They retooled big time. They got a bunch of good people, but I don't know. I'm not big on every single move they made. Like a bunch of people were talking, like bragging about getting Christian Wood, and I'm like, where is his role on that team? Like I just don't see it. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I don't think any team is put together like Denver, especially not Boston. I think Boston really fumbled that.
I don't know. Boston had the weirdest, and especially with the shit, because like I liked Porzingis in DC. I thought he had a career year, but when you are like, I don't know, selling the heart and soul of your team for a 7-footer who like
Right.
you're
That's
lucky
my
if
point.
you get
Yeah.
60 games out of Porzingis, and now you're like relying he needs to be healthy for this team to hit its ceiling. That's fucking insane. And
And
I still don't think they have anybody who could like
you
really
you
guard Jokic.
you don't have that like guy. Like Mark or Marcus Smart was that guy, like he brought that energy to the team, like he made them like I feel like he was a big part of their defensive identity. He did a lot for them in that regard. But I don't know. I don't know if it'll be the same team. I really didn't like I don't know. I really did not like that move for Porzingis, because I thought like what role does he really fulfill? Like, yeah, he fulfills a big, but you also lose a great guard, like who just made defensive first team or second team, and just won defensive player of the year prior to that. And it's fucking it just sucks. I don't know. I don't like that, but I love that for the Grizzlies. I love it for the
Yeah,
Grizzlies.
I think especially with Ja missing so much time, I think that it'll be nice to have a guy who not only brings a ton of playoff experience for someone who has never won a championship. He's played a ridiculous amount of
Oh
playoff
yeah,
games and just like structure to the locker room for a team that I mean, I'm not gonna like again pretend to be in the locker room, but they could use structure and leadership and kind
for
of a
sure.
guy to like set a day in day out example and stuff like that. So the Grizzlies are nice. My pick, I'm on the tentative Denver repeat grind. I think the playing field is as flat as it's been in a good long while. Parity's really nice right now. I think you can't count the Bucks out with a guy like Giannis. I'm on your side.
Mm,
I, I'm not like a huge Christian Wood guy the way you said, but I think the Austin Reeves contract is stupid. They got a ton of
that's
depth.
great.
If you could get the exact same health that you got out of LeBron and AD this past postseason, they got as good of a shot as anybody besides the Nuggets. I feel like, but the way the Nuggets are put together, it's really tough.
And just bringing up the Grizzlies, I feel like they may make a good move. Like they may make some noise come playoff time. And I wouldn't be surprised in the lightest if they pull off like a Miami Heat season. If they were to make it that far, beat I was about to say something crazy. Beat um they if they were to beat the big dogs at the top and then make the finals. That's my bold prediction. That the Grizzlies would make a run
It's
for it.
not impossible. I think the Grizzlies, all the off court shit and Ja hurting his hand in the postseason, so
Yeah,
they didn't really look how they are going to look should
of
everything
course.
come together at the right time for them. And especially with Steven Adams being out and Jaren Jackson just not like rebounding the basketball. He's not good at that. It's tough. But if they can address those issues and come into the postseason, they're better than they looked, and they're better than a lot of people are kind of giving them credit for at this
Oh,
point.
for
So I'm
sure.
on board with that.
Yeah. I like them as a team. Any other teams? Nah, I don't think so. Clippers. I mean, the Clippers. I mean, let's just be real. If again, if everything goes right, every single thing, all the molecules come together, all the atoms, stuff like that.
We're in the one Avengers timeline where Kawhi's
if
being fucking
if we're
synced
in
up.
that fucking timeline, we're on the 10 straight Clippers championship run timeline, right? Starting this season.
Starting this season, absolutely,
No.
all the way through 2034. Kawhi Leonard, revolutionary knee procedure. He's fucking good to go
Oh,
till he's
dude.
45.
No, he gets the fucking titanium installation in there. He's good forever. Um,
Absolutely, happy to hear it.
but yeah, I'll always have the Clippers up there, but
Well,
realistically, no.
respect for sticking by your dogs. That's pretty much all I got for you today. Is there anything you want to plug on here while you got the platform?
Number one, ifeelforlikes.com. All right. That's me. That's my clothing brand. That's just what I've been working on as of late. Also, Uglyahhfatguy, my TikTok, Evilahhfatguy, the one I've been active on, and my Instagram, Yup Noah. And that's about it, man.
Hell yeah. Give him a follow on all that. I fail for likes. I'll put that in the fucking the bio of the YouTube
Hey,
video.
and
I got you, bro.
listen, absolutely. Hey, listen, thank you for having me on here. You are amazing, bro. Love your videos. Literally, you are my favorite NBA TikToker. Easily, bro. Easily. I hope that gives you a little bit
That's uplifting.
that's
You're
some
very
love.
nice, man. I
Give you some
appreciate you
love,
very
bro.
much. Yeah. So
Easily.
that's all I got. Thank you everybody for tuning in and listening. I'll see you all in the next episode.
Peace.
Peace.